great to see every single one of us who's here today. Welcome to the First Unitarian Church of Providence, where we love beyond belief. Welcome also to this multi-generational service of creativity in service of creation. Today is our Earth Day service and a continuation of a service we did a couple of years ago introducing the lost words.
A few years ago, the Oxford Junior Dictionary dropped about 40 nature words, explaining they were no longer being used enough to deserve being included. These words...
Yeah.
Right?
Boo!
These words included dandelion, fern, heron, lark, newt, otter, willow, and wren.
Yes. Added instead to the dictionary were attachment, blog, broadband, bullet point, cut and paste, and voicemail. You can see the direction this is going. Robert Macfarlane is a much beloved British writer about nature, and he could not believe that all those nature words were being replaced and what they were being replaced by.
So together with artist Jackie Morris, he created something unlike he had ever written before: the lost words.
This is a spell book. That's what they call it, a spell book, with acrostic poems, meant, as the creators have said, to be spoken or sung to summon back these words and these creatures into our hearts. Because they are acrostic poems, not only are they each themed around celebrating one of the lost words, but the first letter of each line spells the word vertically when you read down, right? That's what an acrostic is.
We are meant not only to speak and sing, but to go out into the world, to seek and find the holders of these names. The words we celebrate this morning are the names of creatures and plants native to Rhode Island, invisible now in spring, kind of the spring.
Dandelion.
Fern.
Are they coming up?
Yeah. See?
Oh, this is the poem, not the I thought it was going to be the picture. You can't, can everybody see this? Dandelion. And it's on the back of your order of service. Heron.
Lark.
Newt.
Otter.
Willow.
Wren.
With this service and all our engagement with nature, we participate in a worldwide movement of response to the Oxford Junior Dictionary's decisions and to this spell book. And through this spell book, to renew our awareness, our relationship, and our commitment to the creatures and plants and trees they represent. They are always all round about us, and it is for us to be round about them.
Please join me in the chalice lighting. This light burns also in our hearts, and it lights the way toward harmony, justice, and hope for all.
Each week in Children's Chapel, the youth start the service by building our altar for the day. Today, we encourage all of you to join in their ritual and create an altar for today's service. In the newsletter, we asked each of you to bring a rock from a place in nature that is special to you. Or if you didn't bring one, we have a stone bowl up here full of rocks that you can choose one and place. So as the music plays, we invite you all to come forward, choose a stone, and place it on our altar for this morning.
feels so beautiful that we can bring a tradition from the children's chapel to the big church and help us start our service that way. Our invocation today is a reading called Lessons from the Stones. It's a reflection I wrote many years ago about a stony beach on Cape Cod. The beach was far too stony and crowded, and the water far too cold and full of surf for perfection. Wincing on our bare feet, we spent a long afternoon there picking stones. A lot of them looked like jelly beans. They had that same rounded beanie shape, the slight curve, and even fairly creamy and uniform colors. Glistening from the sea, they made you want to pop them in your mouth. Others were speckled or swirled, layered with bands of color or pale translucent gray with strands of white meandering through. Some were triangles. Some were so flat and round you could roll them on their edges like a coin on a table. We spent hours picking over them and seeking the most beautiful, the most unusual, the most uniform, and the most strange. We planned displays. All the jelly beans would go in a clear candy jar. All the green ones on a small ceramic dish with one small brick red stone among them. Laid out on our beach blankets in the sun, they dried. Dry and flecked with sea salt, they were gritty and unremarkable. But dip them in the sea again, or in your mouth, and they became small miracles of compelling surprise and beauty. We sorted all that beauty into plastic sandwich bags, and for months they moved, thus bagged, around our house, while our summer ambitions for them became subsumed in other concerns. But every so often we would advance our plans just a bit. Eventually, we had gotten a stone polisher and many kinds of grit for polishing, and we had learned how to use them. It took more months. Belts on the engine kept breaking and needing replacement, and each phase of polishing took at least a whole week of steady operating. It would just keep going and going, day after day, hour after hour. Each phase required new mixes and measurements of new grit, and each week they were ever finer. And under that infinitesimal, unceasing assault, the stones slowly began to reveal their secrets. And each week, like the grit, they were finer. Finally, after working with grit so delicate as to be almost powder, they were done. The green ones are shining, their various shades and textures of color on a ceramic dish, with one red stone among them. It sits on the table in my office here. The creamy yellow ones are in another dish. One saucer holds a stunning mix of the smallest and most multifarious stones. Each one is a world. Not every stone came out as we had hoped, and some exceeded our hopes, and it took so much longer than we planned. All in all, it was a year and a half to reveal the beauty in these small handfuls of beach stones. I held a polished stone in my hand yesterday, and I curled my fingers around it. I thought of all I have before me in my own life and also in our congregation. I was filled with awareness of how much there is to do and how much I don't even know yet that will also need my doing. I looked at the gleaming stone in my hand, and I remembered how long it takes to work with things that are hard. and how much joy and beauty comes from exactly that long work. This is our time of greeting. Can we all rise as we are able and say hi to perhaps the stranger sitting behind us, the good friend sitting next to us, but make sure no one goes ungreeted, unwelcomed this morning. And before we take our seats, can we turn around and wave? Everybody who's watching us at home, near and far, and on the count of three, say good morning to them. 1, 2, 3. Good morning. Everyone at home, we're so glad you're with us. Every way we can be together is a blessing. And now I want to invite Martha Rice Sanders up. She's doing a testimonial in support of our strategic campaign, which is off to such a terrific beginning.
Good morning again. Am I close enough to the mic? Yep. Okay. My name is Martha Rice Sanders, and I'm a Unitarian Universalist. I first walked through those doors in September of 1993. I joined the choir 2 weeks later, signed the book the following month, and then joined the music committee. Since then, I've co-chaired the previous music director search committee, sat on PRUCOM twice, second time as president, chaired the annual pledge drive for a couple of years, sung with the Canvas Quartet, co-chaired the strategic plan task force, served on multiple committees of ministry, and now I am on the strategic campaign leadership team. A glutton for punishment? Maybe. But seriously, this community is critical to me. To you too? It's where my children participated in RE. It's where I participate in fabulous music, and where I met my recently deceased husband. You are my family of choice. From our strategic plan, remember that? We said we aspire to rise up, to nurture spirit and joy, to extend radical welcome, to bend toward justice, and to ensure our future. Our strategic campaign focuses on making changes to our buildings and ourselves to ensure that we meet these aspirations. Imagine with me, seating for people with wheelchairs or walkers that's not in the middle of the aisles. Being able to see our children when they're up front participating in the service. The choir not hogging the front pews. An organ where we can pull out all the stops. A kitchen we can actually use. And our auditorium and stage able to be used flexibly and creatively. This is my dream. This is our dream. Together, we will make our dreams come true. Thank you.
How fitting then to follow that with the words of our covenant. They're printed in your order of service. And as always, everyone is welcome to speak these words and no one is required. We, the members of the First Unitarian Church of Providence, with respect for the worth and dignity of each person, with wonder at the light we know by many names, and with gratitude for our deep connection to each other and to the larger web of existence, covenant to walk together in our search for truth, seeking the paths of wisdom, compassion, and justice.
Good morning. I am Gretchen Weiss. I am chair of the Sabbatical Committee, and this is Roger's last Sunday with us. He will take off on a 3-month sabbatical. I'm sorry, what? Temporarily. He will be gone for 3 months for spiritual rest and renewal. So today, our job is to send him off with love and blessings. I'm going to encourage you to turn to the pink sheet in your order of service. Our faith tradition encourages ministers to take time off for a sabbatical. It's an extended time for ministers to study, reflect, rest, and renew their spirits. This congregation supported Reverend Liz in her sabbatical leave in 2022, and now it's time for all of us to support Reverend Roger as he takes his well-deserved 3-month sabbatical leave beginning tomorrow. So I would like to invite the other lay members of the sabbatical team to stand right now and be recognized. Tony Allen. All right, Jonathan George in the back. All right, Megan Smith cannot be with us today, but and Svetlana Goritaya. The sabbatical team will be stay seated, stay standing, please. I want people to see you, because there will be in a minute. The sabbatical team will be supporting the work of Reverend Rogers Ministries while he is away, in partnership with Reverend Liz, Director of Operations Nancy Forstrom, and the many, many volunteers who will continue the work of pastoral care, small group ministry, and joys and concerns each Sunday morning during worship. So if you have any questions or concerns while Reverend Roger is on his sabbatical leave, we are going to invite you to reach out to any member of the sabbatical team. And we will be in continued communication with you throughout the process. Thank you, guys.
Sabbatical leave is part of a congregation's ongoing commitment to foster healthy, thriving ministry. Members of the congregation, do you pledge to support Reverend Roger in his time away from us, to encourage him to nurture and renew that deepest part of his being on his sabbatical journey? Do you pledge to work with the staff, the sabbatical team, and the many volunteers who will continue to support Reverend Roger's ministries while he is away? If so, please answer, we do. We do. I love it. That was so resounding. Roger, we are so very grateful for the gifts of your important ministry here. A ministerial sabbatical is a time for essential self-care mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. We are excited for the opportunities you will find to strengthen your spiritual resilience and to find rest and renewal while you are away. And we look forward to your return on July 28th, following sabbatical and vacation time, refreshed and ready to start a brand new church year. We will officially welcome you back during our homecoming service on September 14th. Reverend Roger, you may be out of our sight in the months ahead, but you will never be far from our hearts. We have created a Sunday morning ritual as a symbol of our ongoing commitment to you and your ministry while you take this important time away. Each Sunday, we will light this special chalice. This was gifted to you at the beginning of your Unitarian Universalist ministry. And each week we will say these words together. They're in your order of service. We light this flame to send and receive blessings, warmth, and light to Reverend Roger until his safe return this fall.
This is more emotional than I thought it would be. To Liz, to the PRUCOM, to members of this beloved community, the sabbatical team, and all the volunteers carrying on the work that I'm doing, pastoral care, small group ministry, joys and sorrows. Thank you. Thank you for making this sabbatical possible. I could not do this work without your support and blessings, and I go forward knowing and trusting that things here at First U are in good hands. I look forward to seeing you again in the fall. Blessings.
Congregation, be safe, well, be blessed. We wish for you a fruitful time of spiritual exploration, ministerial growth, and rest. We can't wait to see you back here in the fall to share your spiritual adventures with us in person. Go forward in love. And now we have our first hymn. It is the Leaf Unfurling. It is on one of the many inserts in your order of service. This one is yellow. Does everybody see the beautiful daffodil forsythia yellow in your order of service? This is the hymn we're singing this morning. Can we rise and body your spirit and sing out? And our version of this didn't give credit. This was written by Don Cullen, who was the husband, the first gentleman of the first parish in Lexington, the husband of Helen Lutton Cohen, who served for so long at that church, and he wrote it during his time at that congregation.
And now we share the joys and sorrows we carry in our hearts in this beloved community. From Lisa Maloney, a candle of recovery for my father, who is having a heart valve replacement procedure on Tuesday. He is the one who inspired my love of nature and would love this service. For Gail, a vibrant addition to our studio, who died last week, hoping she has found the peace she so deserved, our candle of sympathy. From Jacob Persico, a candle for my friend, Pastor Fred, who passed away recently, and for remembrance of his life and the people he touched. Wishing a good Passover to all our First U folks and families observing the holiday. And the last candle is from me, a candle of joy. I can't tell you how good it feels to be so valued in this community. I will keep the flame burning and carry it until we meet again. Thank you all.
A little spoiler you all heard for the meditation and music. Pretend you didn't hear that yet. All right. Hi, I'm Asa. I'm the assistant music director, and I'm going to do a little meditation in movement and words. So I'd like to invite everyone to stand as you're able. Imagine yourself as a tree. If your feet are touching the ground, I think everyone's feet are touching the ground, maybe not. If your feet are touching the ground, stand with your feet planted firmly on the ground. If you're sitting, feel all the points of contact with the pew you're sitting on. Imagine your back as a trunk and that you have long roots that grow from the bottom of your feet, deep into the earth, winding around rocks and pushing deep through the many layers of cool, dark earth, connecting you to everyone else in this room and perhaps everyone in the world through an underground network of roots and fungus. Take a moment to scan your body. Notice any areas of tension. You may wish to gently realign your body so you're in a relaxed position. Imagine that you're standing in an open field with the sun shining down upon you. You are tall, strong, and solid. You are old and wise. Allow yourself to sway in the wind. Imagine a breeze swaying you. Imagine a stronger breeze that sways you more, but it does not uproot you. Take a deep breath in through the nose, feeling your lungs expand, then let it all out with a big exhale. Imagine, let's take another big deep breath through your nose, and a big exhale. Keep breathing. Imagine that all the energy you're hanging on to is flowing out of your body, down through your roots, and into the earth. Imagine with each exhale that you're pushing any tension or stress down towards your feet and out through your roots into the surrounding soil. Feel tension draining from your eyes, your jaw, your shoulders, your chest, your belly, and all areas of your body. Notice how receptive the earth is to our stress and our tension. Feel how the ground absorbs what you release. Feel grateful and lighter as you begin to clear. Keep breathing. Take a deep breath and reverse the process. You will now absorb healing and calming energy from the earth. As you breathe in through your nose, feel the rich nutrients of the earth gently feeding your root system until it reaches the trunk of your body. Feel the nutrients entering your legs, your stomach, your chest, your arms, hands, and finally, your head. Reach out your arms like branches. Feel free to sway whatever way the wind moves you to sway. And relax your arms and be seated.
Friends, as we enter into a short period of silent reflection, I want to invite those of you who may have lost someone this year to stand in solidarity and tribute for those losses or raise your hands.
Before each of our readings today, please join us in speaking the lost word, making it unlost, doing our part to put these words back into the universe. Repeat after me. Lark. Little astronaut, where have you gone? And how is your song still torrenting on? Aren't you short of breath as you climb higher? Up there in the thin air, with your magical song still tumbling on? Right now I need you, for my sadness has come again.
Don't miss Marvel Anime.
And my heart grows flatter, so I'm coming to find you by following your song. Keeping on into deep space, past dying stars and exploding suns, to where at last, little astronaut, you sing your heart out at all dark matter.
I'm Cindy Baptiste, your worship associate of the day. Please speak this unlost word after me. heron. Heron, here hunts heron, here haunts heron. Huge winged heron, gray-winged weapon, eked from iron and reeked from blue and beaked with steel. Heron, statue, seeks eel. Rock still at weir sill, stone still at weir sill, dead still at weir sill. Still at weir sill. Until eelless at weir sill, heron magically unstatues. Out of the water creaks long legs heron, old priest heron. From here on, in all sticks and planks and rubber bands, all clanks and clicks and rusty squeaks. Now heron hauls himself into flight, early aviator, heavy freighter, and with steady wing beats, boosts his way through evening light to roost.
Hi, my name is Abby, and
Zoe.
Speak this unlost word after me.
Dandelion.
Dazzle me, little son of the grass, and spin me, tiny time machine. Tick-tock, sun, clock, thistle, and dock.
Now no longer known as dandelion, lion's tooth, or wind blow.
Tick-tock, sun, clock, nettle, and dock. Evening glow, milk witch, or parachute. So let new names take and root, thrive and grow. Tick-tock, sun, clock, rattle, and dock.
I would make you some, such as bane of lawn perfectionist,
Or fallen star of the football pitch, or scattered seed. But never would I call you only merely simply weed. Tick-tock, sun, clock, clover, and dock.
Scatter seed, tiny time machine. They used to call you lion's tooth or wind blow. They used to call you milk witch or parachute. They used to call you evening glow. Scatter seed, scatter seed, the fallen star of the football field. Let new names take, let them thrive and grow. Dazzle me, you little son of the grass. I hear you roaring just a wee.
Speak this unlost word after me. Newt. Newt, oh Newt, you are too cute. Emoted the coot to the too cute Newt. With your frilly back and your shiny suit, and your spotted skin so unhirsute. Too cute, roared the Newt with the unastute coot. With all this careless talk of cute, you bring me into disrepute. For newts aren't cute. We are kings of the pond, lions of the duckweed, dragons of the water. I'll bet it's true, he paused. Minutes.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Lisa. I'm very happy to wish you a happy Earth Month from the Green Team and from me. I'm delighted to share this poem with you today. Please speak this unlost word after me. Otter. Otter entered the river without falter. What a supple slider out of holt and into water. This shapeshifter's a sheer breath taker, a sure heart stopper. But you'll only ever spot a shadow flutter, bubble skein, and never, almost never, actual otter. This swift swimmer's a silver miner. With trout its oar, it bores each black pool, deep and deeper, delves up current, steep and steeper, turns the water inside out, then inside outer. Ever dreamed of being an otter? Me too. That utter underwater thunderbolt, that shimmering twister. Run to the riverbank, you otter dreamer. Slip your skin and change your matter. Pour your outer being into otter, and enter now as otter without falter into water.
We're singing now more than ever.
Yeah, we're gonna sing the purple insert. Truly purple, not pink. The purple one, not to be confused with the pink one. If there are any kids who want to play percussion, or kids at heart who want to play percussion, or anyone who wants to play percussion, we have some percussion kids.
Great job, everyone. Dandelion, fern, heron, lark, newt, otter, willow, wren. These are just a few of the plants and animals included in the Lost Words. And as I mentioned earlier, they are all ones that are native to Rhode Island in the spring. The Lost Words book has inspired an incredible creative movement across the globe, including the song you heard Liza and Chris sing. The song Beth sang earlier in the service, Scatterseed, was inspired by the poem Dandelion. And other examples include the art behind me. So those are pictures that kids have made inspired by the books. These are acrostic poems people have written about animals either in the book or animals in their own lives. So today we are charging all of us with the power to participate in this movement. At the end of your pew, you will see a stack of green paper leaves that look like this. So mine says lark. Yours will have a different animal word from our service. If there's not enough on your pew, look in the one in front and behind you. They're scattered throughout. So your task for the week is to take one of these leaves with you and go out into nature sometime this week. Bonus points if you can actually find your specific plant or animal. And create your own acrostic poem inspired by the ones we heard today. You can write it on your leaf. So I would write a poem that spells out lark and bring it back with you next Sunday because we're going to hang our leaves on our willow tree that Amy made and have it be a collaborative community art project, and we'll leave it out for coffee hour so you can read everyone else's poems on the tree. So this is your little take-home art project for the week, so make sure you grab these from your pew and bring them back next Sunday.
Did everybody get theirs already? Everybody has it? Everybody? Choir needs them. All right. There's somewhere? There's some in the empty pews. And Reverend Roger, as one of his closing acts of service before he goes on sabbatical, is going to get some words for the choir to bring over to them. And now, as everybody gets their leaves, I'm going to introduce, of course, the offering. The service really shows the breadth and power and beauty of this congregation. It creates worship together and extraordinary gifts that we give each other with our participation. Is the choir set? Choir, do you all have your words? They have lots left over for anybody who doesn't. So if you all have a word, then I'd like to count to 3 and have you shout your word that you will be living into for the next week. On the count of 3, are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Well, those words are not lost at all. But seriously, I love a worship service that makes me both laugh and cry with the beauty and the brilliance that people bring and offer and share and create and strengthen together. That is so emblematic of everything this church does. Everything we do is enhanced and empowered by our presence together and by our commitment to this beloved congregation. Please give as generously as you are able to honor the life and the work of this beloved community, and thank you so much for all that you give and all that you do and all that you are. Among the many ways we have to practice our faith, I have for you these invitations. On Friday, April 25th, there will be a parish house potluck sponsored by the World Affairs Committee and the Sanctuary Church Working Group. Plans are underway for a forum, and speakers are being confirmed. Please mark your calendars and keep an eye out for details in the Friday first few times. I can't tell you how many people have come through the line saying, what are we doing to help refugee and immigrant communities? How can I help? And we're putting information out to you as much as possible, but that will be a big centerpiece for learning much more directly. So please mark your calendars, and it'll be an important way to contribute. Spiritual Pathways is hosting another Lost Words nature walk and tour of Butterfly Farm in Lincoln on Saturday, April 26th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. This is about 10 minutes outside of Providence up 146. All are invited to share in this wonderful experience. There are, and I can attest to it personally, there are new lambs at the farm that are being born every day. I actually helped one get born last week, and I could not believe it. It was pretty magical. Little Acura is her name. And she was long delayed, and we were really worried that she might not be born alive when she finally came out, and she was full of pep. Oh my gosh, what a brave little girl. So they're so tiny. Oh my God, they're super cute. And also calves. There's lots of new life. Chicks, there's lots of new life. And it's so delightful to see the new life that's on the farm, and then all the wild new life that's out on the natural part of the farm that you can see. You can sign up and get more information through the link on Friday's email or on the flyers that are hanging up all around the parish house. Please RSVP so that we know to expect you for this beautiful springtime experience. And applications for our church's community collections, when we gather funds once a month in our offering to give to outside organizations that share our hope and vision for the world. That's the community collections for 25-26. That program year are now live online at our website, and details are also in the newsletter last Friday. We are able to offer community collections to 5 organizations for next year, so please see the details. And if you think you'd like to sponsor an organization you know for this opportunity, get your applications in by April 30th. Our closing hymn is Blue Boat Home. You're welcome. It's number 1064 in the teal-colored hymnal, Can We Rise in Body or Spirit?
Below me I feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean, will my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never aboard a port have I known, the wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Sun, my sail, and moon, my rudder, as I ply the starry sea, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way by the light of the heavens in a beautiful blue boat home. I give thanks to the waves upholding me, all the great winds urging me on. Greet the infinite sea before me, sing the sky my sailor's song. I was born upon the fathoms, never aboard or aboard have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat.
And for our benediction, I'd like to invite David Riley up to share his words with us.
Hi, I'm David Riley, and Liz asked me to write an acrostic poem about the magnolia tree. The magnolia tree at First U. Multiple churches showcase startling stained glass windows that evoke solace, awe, and wonder. In the free-thinking Episcopal Church we belong to in D.C., I grew to love some of its windows and their vibrant colors. Here at First U, there are none. At first, I missed them in our meeting house with its milieu of muted colors, obstinately dominated by 10 large windows, each with 96 rectangular panes, topped by 30 pointed ones that highlight the colors of the sky. Lo and behold, one large window frames a magnolia, a maestro of a tree that all year long intrigues us with the cavorting twists and turns of its dancing branches. Then suddenly commands our attention as it anoints spring with its cascade of stupendous pink and white blossoms that resonate and echo in our souls.
Thank you, David. I have a few copies of the poem that'll be at this little table if anyone wants to take a copy home.
Please join me in the extinguishing of both our chalices. We carry the flame of peace and love and hope until we meet again.
We're going to be doing page 4 in the closing songs booklet. It's called Song for the Climate, and we're going to be doing it the way that we do it in chapel, which is very, very slow at first, and then very, very fast later.